Hey everybody, my name is Paul Moon and I'm with Moon Art, and I'm here to go ahead and give you all just a run through with anime and the beginnings of it. Basically we're going to go through the anatomy of anime. By the time you're done with this, you'll be able to create a full character. Now just to go ahead and show you a little about me and let you know a little bit about myself. I've been an illustrator for years. These are some of my other little character drawings. That's one right there. And I can't go into them in detail because I'm actually working on them currently in the story. Another. And third, I'm still working on her. There we go. That's a third right there. What we're going to be doing today is a character that's going to be a female. And we're going to do full body. And we're going to do front and side view of the character's head. So what you'll need for this one are going to be an art pad. And what you're also going to need are going to be a pencil. I use mechanical because it's not only cheaper, it's expensive at first, but it's cheaper because you get all these, which are like 10, 15 pencils in one. Eraser, ruler, and this is my favorite eraser right here. These ones are the flexible ones that let you go as thin or as thick as you need to, okay? So, now, I'm gonna get my glasses on. Let's get started. So when I get started, I usually like to keep all my stuff on my left-hand side because I'm left-handed. So that's the way I'm gonna go ahead and set up mine. You put it on either side that you want. For the head, what we're gonna need is to do a circle, and we're doing it up top. That way, we make sure that we have plenty of room for everything else. So for the head, we're starting off with an upside down egg. Larger on top, smaller on the bottom. It's exactly how you need to do it. Reason being is because your chin is smaller at the bottom. Your head on top is always larger. Now we're doing a line through that, directly in the middle. This is going to show you exactly where the middle of the face is. Now because her eyes here are showing kind of downward, what you do is show the line downward. Now after that, what we're going to do is the neck. I like to kind of do this in an order. So right where your middle line is, and go a little out to the left, right there, a little out to the right. These aren't measurements. That's it. If you think about it, you're actually doing a perfect square. All right, so we're taking our ruler, and right here at the bottom of your square, we're going to measure out probably just a little outside of the head, not too much. Then what we're going to do is bring it down, and we're going to do two triangles right now. Okay, so this is the top portion of the body. Now, as far as the bottom portion goes, exact same thing. We're actually going to start right here and do the exact same thing. We're going to do a triangle. Now from here, rest of the body is going to be triangles and squares and rectangles. That's it. That's what basically shapes that you have to worry about. So from here, you have this right here is a hip coming down. And I'm doing this freehand. You don't have to do this freehand. You can do this with your ruler. So see, we have one triangle, two triangles, three triangles already. Now from here, we're going to be doing the same thing. That's why I kind of overlap those, that way I can see where it's at. Triangle coming down, and you want to keep them about the same size as the other ones right here. Now from here, we got this part right here, I want to go back up here. Your neck goes right here into these parts. Connects this bone right here, which is why that line's right there. And these are your shoulders. So this line's connecting to your shoulder. We're doing the same thing over here. And for your shoulders, those are going to be circles. The arms that are coming down, simple, 2 lines, right there like that, not too far out. What you're going to do is 1, 2, almost like a diamond shape. Same here, it's going to be kind of an off diamond because the way that your muscles work. See, 1, 2. Hands are a little bit different. Right here, at the end, you're going to come in. You're going to do a square. That's what you're kind of aiming for. Her hand, we're going to be showing the outside. It's going to be coming down like this. So it's going to be down. So from there, the thumb is going to be on the inside. Little circle. Then from there, we're going to do a small square. That's this portion of your thumb right here. That's exactly what that is. Now, all your fingers are basically the same. They're all squares. Now, when you look at your hand, what I see, rectangle, rectangle, square, rectangle, rectangle, square. All your fingers are like that. Rectangle, rectangle, square. Rectangle, rectangle, square. Rectangle, rectangle, square. And the reason why I do it like that right there is because they're behind that first finger. Your first finger, just like that, is going to cover up the rest of those fingers. Now, what I'm doing here, and I'm just putting a little bit of detail. You do your curvature when you do your detail. And I like to start off with those hands and fingers. See, when I say detail, that means that you're just kind of smoothing it out. See, right here, it's not sharp, it's circular. Come down, and then right here, you're going to curve out that part of your finger. Now this part on your back fingers, that still stays kind of squarish. It's not really that too rounded off. So you're okay, you're just going over that to make your darker lines. I'm using my favorite clay eraser right there. Just go in there, and the only part that I'm erasing are those extra lines. Okay, now going back from here, we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're going to bring down that arm, 2 lines like that. Now we're going to do our diamond shape again. Now what we're doing here, exact same thing we did over here. Okay, so we have the arm like this, right? Okay, let's do something a little bit different here. I'm going to bring it out here, like that, down, over here, like that. Okay, that's a funny looking triangle. I mean, that's a funny looking square, right? What I'm doing here, this part of the square right here, again, that's where your thumb goes. So you want to draw that circle. Okay, so she's going like this. Rectangle, square. And then we're going to do one out, rectangle, rectangle, square, rectangle, inward, rectangle, inward, square, inward. And then this one you're barely going to see right there. Why? Because her hand is now like this. Okay, so from here, put a little detail. Okay, now right here, we're going to start getting into kind of the muscular system on this. Okay, start off with those hands. Make sure I just delete all those extra lines. The way that your skin goes over your muscle, you always have these little pieces of skin right here that go into it. Got that over here. I'm going to just make sure that these arms are even. I'm going to do that. Now this one's coming up. That's the reason why it's like that. This arm is perfectly straight down. You'll notice that this hand is a little bit bigger this way. That's because her arm is coming forward and up. So now on this, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and continue the legs from here. Now your bottom leg here, we're going to do a diamond. What we're going to do, feet are never a straight line. But when you're starting off, we're going to go and do that. These are going to be triangles. For now. There. Now we have kind of the body shape on that. So from where the underarm is, right here, this is her underarm. It's going to come in. And go out. Like so. Now remember, these triangles are just to show you basic patterns where she should be. So we're going to thin her out from here. Okay, so you see what I did? I went from the underarm, went down here to the triangle. From there, I'm going outside the triangle just a little bit. And then coming right back into that triangle. Then I'm going over the diamond. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're just basically tracing right over that, putting a little bit more detail, not too much, but we want to find our bearings, where we're at with our character. Now what I like to do, make sure that we have our line, because we need a center line. We need to find out exactly where her body is. So right now, let's draw that one little line right there. You have your bearings. That way you know exactly where the center points are. Okay, so now from there, what we're going to do is figure out exactly where her body is. So from here, right here, we're doing this. Kind of just following the lines, circular pattern, come right back down here, just like that. Okay. The reason why we're doing that, we need to know exactly where her legs are starting from. And that's kind of the point of drawing these lines at the bottom and then going over them with your pencil on here. Reshaping everything, because you want to make sure that these are lining up with what the body should actually be. And you're going to continuously do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these lines. Right there, there. And basically I'm just erasing just about everything on here, except for my one center line right here, anything on the head too. I don't want to get rid of those. Got it again? All right, so now, do a little circles to see where your knees are. Don't make them too dark though, those circles that you're doing for your knees and such. Because really, the only lines you're going to be using are that one right there and that one right there. She's wearing pants, so that's how you know your knees are right there. Basically just 2 lines. You can do light circle just to make sure where your 2 lines are. Feet are easy. Okay, you see where we got the triangle? Okay. Run it off. That's all you're doing. You follow it along the outside of your triangle. Then you're kind of making a little bit round at the end. And of course for shoes, I just drawing Converse. That's what I'm drawing for these shoes. So for Converse, simple. Right there. Then you have 2 lines coming right up here, right down the middle. And then on the outside, right there, coming up. That's it. I usually do straight across. Sometimes I'll do the one on top of the other, but that's for like just different types of shoes. For Converse, because this is how I like strap them, I put them one on top of the other, just like that. And that's it. And from here, you do a little circle right here for the laces. Your laces, easy. 1, 2, 3. Doing little triangles for laces. Nothing fancy. Triangle again, 1, 2, 3. And then you have these right here, which are going to be the rest of your laces. A line underneath. And we're going to do another line right outside of those shoelaces. And I like to do circles at the end of those. And a little circle right there, and one right there. There we go. Now the pants themselves, we're doing are right about here on the character. Kind of doing skinny jeans a little bit. But they're not wrapped on her, so they're coming out just a little bit. Like that. Now, with this, all you're doing, a little loop right there on top of where the ankle is. Like so. And then you want your sewing stitch right there. And let's forget, we have a shoe. And a shoe would be really funny without a sole. So, gotta do the sole. Sole is easy, it's right on the outside. Very thin line at the bottom. Then we go down straight where the shoes, and another little curved, looks like a curved rectangle underneath that shoe. And that's what it looks like. We're going to do a t-shirt that is not tucked in. That's it. It's not a straight line. It's actually kind of like a crooked smile is what you would call that. So now here on the pants, we're going to get a little detail. Now the pants themselves, usually on the right hand side is where the male have their zipper. On the ladies' side, I think it's on the left-hand side. And then from there, what I'd like to do to put a little detail is that stitching that we have on the outside of the zipper. white neck. Just kind of a rounded off little pattern right there like that. Then what we're going to do, because every shirt has kind of like a little collared appearance, even if it's the same colored shirt, you still have that double portion for the collar. And we're doing the arm portion like so. And we're doing double lines. Now, when you do t-shirts over arms and other such, you have to remember, these are not flat, they're rounded. So you gotta do the same thing with your shirt. All right, now we're gonna come up here to the neck. And with the neck, we're gonna go ahead and erase all those extra lines that we have. Everything like that, don't need it. Now just remember where her collarbone is. Collarbone, you want to kind of leave there. Do a line there. And what I like to do is a little line under here. With anime, shadowing is very easy, but it's always right here directly under the neck. Or you can do the cross-hatching right here. You just do little lines like that. They're always close together. They're very small, they're not dark. And they always go the exact same way. Now cross-hatching can you do one way or two way if you want darker shadows. Well, these are not dark shadows, so we're just doing one way cross-hatching. All right, now here, if your chin is clear, I like to start with the eyes. 1, 2, and remember, we're following that line that we did downward. Because she's looking down. So just like that. And like so. Most of your anime characters are going to have very thick eyelashes. Do the inner circle. That's your eyeball right there. And there we go. Eyebrows themselves follow the eye on the other side. We're doing kind of like a triangle type. You got 1, 2, 3. So for the nose, just a regular anime nose. 1, 2, that's it. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's all you do for the nose. The mouth itself, very small little mouth. Most anime does have a small mouth. Some of them you can do like larger lips on them. That's fine. There we go. Now, the shape of the head. 1, 2. Just kind of coming into it. Just want to like shape the chin, and then where the head goes from there. We're doing ears. Ears are easy. You have circles. That's it. And then her, oh, we'll go ahead and do the little half circle right there too. There we go. Inside ear, easy. Little circle. Partial circle right there. Not a full one. Now, we're going to do the hair. Now, the hair itself is actually an anatomy all on its own. To be very honest with you, hair is very, very, very different on anime than any other character. So with her, what I have is a 3-part bang. You always go above the head dramatically. pigtails, character. You can make them many different ways. I'm doing this like her hair is really super thick. Think about this. If you're drawing a teardrop, you draw it like that, right? Think about the hair and pigtails as an upside down teardrop. That's basically exactly what it is. So your shape of a teardrop, you're doing upside down. And then from there, you're adding other little pieces to it. Rid of that top skull portion. And make sure we know where our hair is, right there. From here, you're going to have these little lines like that. This is your light hitting your character. All anime drawings, manga black and white that you get will have those lines. Those are just where the hair is coming out. There we go. Got one more here. No, there we go. That's okay. That's pretty much done. Thank you very much for giving me your time and attention. And if you want to see more videos, tune in. Thank you.